but the flesh-eating parasite is basically the invasion tactic right now that has been declared a huge scenario. You can see it right here, AP News. And what they have going right now is specially trained dogs. Reuters report on July 11th, specially trained dogs in Mexico are being used to detect screwworms, a flesh-eating pest affecting cattle, disrupting livestock trade with U.S. The initiative, led by health agency Senasca, offers hope in controlling the outbreak. So we're declaring this as a outbreak as well. So here's the thing right here. We're going to show you this video clip right here. And here's the thing. You can see the dog right here. They're using the dog to detect different situations right now. And this is a scenario that is ongoing and looming. Oh yeah, we ain't gotta just, no disrespect like in the chat. We ain't gonna be having all that. So here's the thing. I want to show you what we're going to be looking into here right now. I think there's something you can do, but also I think there's a timing for this because of the floods and the storms and going through Hurricane Katrina. What's going on, everybody? Going through Hurricane Katrina, we know there's an uptick in its activity during the flood periods. Let's read into this, and this is going to be affecting our food supply and more. You can look on USDA right now, and it's declared this as a outbreak. You can see July 10th, 2025, this was modified. New World Screwworm, literally. USDA agencies and the United Nations affected countries to respond to an outbreak. And it says Central America and Mexico. They plan to release these things, y'all. And how safe and effective do you think that's going to be? Look right here. July 14, 2025, the U.S. has a plan to breed millions of flies and drop them from planes. So we're talking about a screw fly, right? But they're saying, oh, we got another fly that's going to go and fight the flies. So it's going to be like this giant fly warfare, just everywhere, buzzing all around. And again, like we said, there's going to be certain things you can do, which definitely, it seems like an uptick in the time where we need to be preparing our health systems. So Texas is one of the breeding grounds where they're preparing this combat of flies. There's a specific name for these when they use fly warfare as well. We'll get to that here in a second, but let's just cover all the details. And here's the thing, before this was even talked about earlier in the year, June 19, 2025, okay, it was saying flesh-eating fly invasion could cause devastation across America. And they were warning of this before it even happened. It just seems very strange for you to do that. What do y'all think? Hundreds of millions of flies dropping from planes in the sky. Sounds like a horrible nightmare, but experts say such a swarm could be livestock industry's best defense against flesh-eating threat poised to invade the southwestern border of the United States. Wow, we got floods, now we got flies flying everywhere. It's just really at this point the next level of activity up, peaking with earthquakes. I've been reporting it on Jwtv, my other channel, literal plates breaking. We've been talking about all that if y'all been on that side. It says the New World Screwworm is the larval form of a type of fly that is known to nest in the wounds of warm-blooded animals and slowly eat them alive, has been spreading across Central America since early 2023, with the infestation recorded in Panama, Costa Rica, Nicaragua, Honduras, Guatemala, Belize, El Salvador. Most Central American countries hadn't seen an outbreak in 20 years. The fly has reached Mexico in November, sparking concerns among U.S. agricultural industry officials and triggered the closure of several border areas and cattle on horse and bison trading ports. So there you go, the cattle, the bison trading ports. Again, once again, what you're seeing right now is Reuters. They're training dogs to detect these flies, these larvae right here. And this is what you're seeing on screen as we speak. Scrappy says that's gross. Yeah, it is gross. Anunnaki Chat says, is that the maggot that grows under the skin? In fact, it is. And that's why we need to have actually protocols prepared for this. So I'm going to show this right now. So it says it right here. New World screwworms are the parasitic larvae of a metallic blue blowfly species right here. Unlike any others, unlike all blowflies native to the Western Hemisphere in the New World, screwworm feeds on the flesh of living animals rather than dead ones, said Dr. Phillip, professor of head department of entomology of Texas A&M University. The flesh-eating maggots for most warm-blooded animals, including horses and cows, they have been known to infect domestic pets and even humans in rare cases. So in humans in rare cases, they lay about 200 to 300 eggs, Kaufman explained. After 12 to 24 hours, those eggs all hatch and they immediately start burrowing and feeding on the tissue of that animal, causing very, very large wounds to form. So if you used to notice that on your animal, or if that was happening, you start to see that, that's a major red flag. So the heartland of America and Texas is the first area, but once they drop this, it will start to, it can just go everywhere across the population. So here's the US. The US is they're basically preparing a plan that, now, we need to get videos of this, and they're going to be dropping these things off. What can you do, though, is the big question also. And this is the thing. And I was just saying, because during Katrina, we seen an uprising in parasitic infection because people were in water. So if the flies are flying over the water, then here you go. You got the eggs in the water, and it's easier to transmit because the eggs can just touch your skin. You can just step on mud or whatever, and you can literally transmit them. And that's why I was saying this whole program here and the whole situation, the BioShield protocol is something people should specifically be getting right now, specifically be using to airily detox the house, to detox the lungs. They can get there as well. The herb activation combo plans, all this is going to be highly important as all this starts to happen. Yes, black walnut green hole, we put that in the plan as well. You'll see that in the chat right now, a live chat, to go buy the Jwtv ebook. We created this because after the situation in Hurricane Katrina, after me going through the parasitic infection, having nightmares, cutting my hair, and like thinking my dreads was worms, I learned that if you feel energyless, you basically are getting sucked on by these parasites. And there's another thing you can do. You can look at the sunlight, which I was studying because it got so bad that I could see the things like look like something was going across the eye, and then you basically go and indirectly look at the sunlight is what you do. You indirectly go look at the sunlight in case you feel that these things have gotten to your eyeballs. The BioShield protocol, though, we go into not just aerosolly cleaning your rooms, because it's about your clothes as well. Once these things drop, they get on your clothes. And we talked about earlier in the year how the planes and everything else that was going by were dropping actively parasites as well. We've confirmed that through laboratory reports and analysis of Mike Adams, the slides, we showed it on Jwtv. This is another sequence though. These things eat flesh and burrow. So quickly, the first thing that you use, obviously throughout the BioShield protocol, we talk about it, but we also tell you how to combine it all. And it's black walnut. That's the first thing, because you don't want them to burrow through your gut because you just go and try to detox them like I did when I first started. I didn't know any better then. But I learned, because if you have to paralyze them. The paralyzation point is with the black walnut. And if they're stuck to the gut line, they need to have the pumpkin seeds right after that. Everything else though is described here in this comprehensive ebook, because this is a parasitic warfare, and this is something for your emergency plan, so that when all this start to happen, when this take off, you can be ahead of the game. You can already have everything you need so that this doesn't become a scenario where we see large infestations across America and people are like, oh, what's going on? I don't know what's happening and I can't get this out of me. If you get ahead of the game, you don't have to be behind it. So Jwtv, the link is at the top of the comments. It's also in the live chat as well. Somebody says it is indeed a parasite. It is an AI. You think it's an AI parasite? Star Cogley says, right now we don't have any information to confirm that, but I'll look deeper into that so that we can figure out more details. But I will be back for more with more information. Stay tuned. We'll be updating on these scenarios. and we will have a lot more coming. So subscribe if you're new here, and we'll be covering more details. Go get that ebook.